head on over to Amazon and buy your copy of Trauma Bonded, a true story of navigating attachments forged in complex PTSD by me, Sarah Westbrook. Right, well, and the challenge is that members become completely dependent on the organization to make their choices for them. And a lot of people within Mormonism will say, no, the Mormon Church does not make my decisions for me. But they do. They talk about who you should marry, where you should marry, what you eat, what you drink, how you interpret your own intuition, your own spiritual experiences. They tell you when you're right. They tell you when you're wrong. They tell you how to raise your family. They tell you what kind of work you should or should not get into. You become dependent on the organization to do your thinking for you. And with the mystical manipulation, it's also the, like I said last week, this is the bridge between thought control and emotional control, in the sense of, because they're able to manipulate how you interpret things, they also tell you how to feel about them. So if I have a spiritual experience that leads me away from Mormonism, they're going to tell me that that's Satan. And then suddenly I'm going to start self-doubting. I might feel guilty. I might feel, I did something wrong because I got an answer that goes against the prophet. And now they are controlling your emotions.
Yeah, if you look at this section, emotional control, and we're going to go over this a little bit more in the next episode, but just a brief little thing. Emotional control, number one, manipulate and narrow the range of feelings. Some emotions and or needs are deemed as evil, wrong, or selfish. So now you've kind of black and whited the emotions.
Right.
Number two, teach emotion stopping techniques to block feelings of homesickness, anger, doubt. This is a progression. I hope you can kind of hear the progression the way that I'm hearing it. Number three, make the person feel that problems are always their own fault, never the leader's or the group's fault. So you can't address it with the group. It's all on me. Number four.
Well, and pause there for a minute. That's what your family is doing, because Mason is speaking out about undue influence and about some of the struggles and the negative emotions that he is experiencing in a public forum. Now you are, in your brother's words, inciting war against the church.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, not inciting, declaring. You declared war against the church. And it's your fault that you're not going to have familial relationships left. And it's your fault that you're losing all of your friends. And when I said, hey, can you please provide evidence for these claims that you're making? Where did Mason declare war against the church? His response to me was, I'll play your quote unquote silly little game. He's trying to make me feel bad to shut me up because I'm challenging the leaders who are defining what he should think and feel, and when that's threatened, what he should do about it.
Yeah. Number four, promote feelings of guilt or unworthiness, such as B, you're not living up to your potential. C, your family is deficient. Your affiliations are unwise. Your thoughts, feelings, actions are irrelevant or selfish.
Your past is suspect.
Yeah. And then number five, instill fears such as fear of thinking independently, the outside world, enemies, losing your salvation, leaving or being shunned by the group or others' disapproval. And I think I want to stop there on that because we'll go further into that later. But just the idea that it is all setting you up to be emotionally manipulated as well. There's one piece of that. So on page 130, Luna quotes Bruce R. McConkie as having said, unless we enjoy the same gifts and work the same miracles that mark the lives of those who have gone before, we are not the Lord's people.
Wait, I'm sorry, where was that?
It's the quote from Bruce R. McConkie on page 130.
Oh, of Recovering Agency?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
But he says if we don't work the same gifts and have the same miracles that other people before us have, we're not the Lord's people. It's not that. And let me just go into a doctrinal piece here for a second. In the Book of Mormon, in Moroni at the end, I think it's the very last chapter of Moroni, Moroni talks about spiritual gifts, and he lists a whole bunch of them and says that to each person is given a gift. But what Bruce R. McConkie has done is he's basically said, look, if you don't have these gifts, you're not one of the Lord's people. And that's not doctrinal. What he has done is manipulated us into feeling bad or guilty because we're not doing everything that we should be doing. And he's just put us into that. This is the guilt sector. I want you to feel bad about the fact that you're not doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing, because that helps me maintain control.
Hey, head on over to Amazon and buy your copy of Trauma Bonded, a true story of navigating attachments forged in complex PTSD by me, Sarah Westbrook.
Shop Plato's Closet tax-free August 2nd through 4th for back-to-school styles. We sell the trendy, gently used styles you need to make a difference in the world and in your wallet for back-to-school shopping. Save up to 70% off regular retail prices by choosing recycled styles. Save even more when you shop tax-free this weekend. Make a change that others can respect and repeat. Shop Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley this year for your back-to-school looks. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken expert since 1990. Taco expert since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.